Hey, how's it going? This is a quick preview to the video that's upcoming. I just wanted to say that this video is in no way meant to diss either company. They're both great products, or I would not have them in my boat, that's for sure. But one of the products did seem to have a little problem, and you will find that out in the video, which has some very surprising outcomes. But please, wait to the very end of the video. There's a great surprise outcome, and enjoy. Hey, welcome back. Today we got a riddle that I'm having a little problem solving, but we are going to do a lot of testing and go out to the boat and do some more testing. The reason we're testing is I was just in a tournament last week, and I went to go put the motor up after I put the battery switch on, and no power. I got on my app and it showed it being full, so I closed the app down, and we started to jump start it and everything. Bottom line is I had to drive away, go get another battery. This is the battery in question. It's an Ionic 125 amp hour battery. It's a deep cycle, but it's also rated for starting engines. So I use this to start my motor and all my electronics and live well, everything except my live scope. That's a separate battery, which is actually these right here. So I emailed Ionic, and this battery had been sent in February for a BMS. Now, I charge these on a NOCO Charger. I have a 3-bank charger, and I have a 2-bank charger. Now, NOCO is not without fault either. One of their banks on the 3-bank actually died. This is hooked up to a brand new 2-bank charger. I have my lead-acid battery on that 2-bank charger right now, and the other banks are Ionic Lithium batteries for my trolling motor, and I have 3 of them. I just checked, and we will be going out in a little while and check with the camera, but that battery is fully charged. Now, whether it's going to hold the charge or not, because the battery is 4 years old and I neglected to charge it too much while it was in the garage here, that's a different question. But right now, it is showing fully charged. So here is my dilemma on whether it's a BMS or the charger. And we are going to put these batteries on my NOCO Charger to see if it charges these. They are already fully charged, but it should show fully charged, go up, the light stays green, it's on lithium and all that. So we have a handy dandy little tester here. Okay, this is just a light, and it doesn't matter if you hook it up to positive and negative or negative and positive. Okay, nothing comes on. Now, when I was testing this out earlier, literally for a split second, the light came on, then it went off. You come over to this battery, okay, light's on, doesn't matter, it's just a current, so there is really no positive or negative on this. And so I have power coming from here, I don't have power coming from here. And I also have this battery right now hooked up to an old trolling motor I used to have in my kayak. Here is the Ionic app. Now this is where things get freaky. Okay, so there's my battery, it's showing it right now. And tap it and it's going to find it. And it says 98% charge. It was at 99 before, but I actually ran this trolling motor for half an hour on this battery. And this is the riddle that I cannot solve. Now, that I turn the app on, okay? Down here, since I'm going to hold the phone, and right now you can see voltage is 0 and amps is 0 and all that, okay? Down here, I have a foot switch, which is connected to my old trolling motor, okay? I'm going to hit that foot switch right now, and you're going to see that prop turn, and you can see the voltage, the amps and all that working, okay? Now my foot is going to stay on this thing. I am going to back out of the app, and the motor goes off. My foot is still on the switch. I haven't moved, okay? Turn it back on, and there it goes again. So the battery works. I'm going to take my foot off the motor now, okay? The battery works and discharges only when the app is on. Why? It can't be, well, it could be the BMS. I'm not an electronics guru, but, you know, it just, something does not make sense. So Ionic, they sent me an email because I requested another warranty, and they said it's the charger. Well, the charger charged the battery fine, okay? We're going to go out and see if something did happen to that charger that maybe affected the BMS. But if it's the BMS, how come it can work with the app, okay? And then when I turn the app off, okay, and hit that same switch, nothing. So, anybody know? I don't. I do not know what's going on. I'm making this video because maybe somebody else has a problem like this, and I'm going to try to solve what's going on. And if I can't solve what's going on, this video is going to Ionic so they can repair it. Now, if it's my NOCO Charger that damaged this, I'm going to hook up this battery to the NOCO Charger. If it shows fine, just like the lead acid battery, it's not my charger, okay? It's the battery. So let's step outside. Okay, so first we're going to test one of the bottom Dakota Lithium, then we're going to test the Ionic, then we'll test the top Dakota Lithium, and we'll see the results on the battery charger. I've already done this twice. I brought everything back in the house. The lead acid battery charged fine. I am not going to hook that back up, and you'll see after these tests that everything is okay. Okay, so this battery's all hooked up. Just gonna let that rest right there. We'll go inside and see how it's charging. Okay, here we are inside the center console of my boat. This is a 2-bank battery charger, and over there I have a 3-bank battery charger. Now, one of the banks on that side did go bad. That was a couple of years back when I first got the boat. I have 3 lifetime lithium batteries. 2 are on that bank. 1 are on this one, and the back battery is on this one. So I'm going to plug it in. Okay, so everything's setting. As you can see, back there I have 2 lithiums, and there's the bad bank, and it's showing bad. The wire's actually cut, taped, snipped, and all that down below. Now these 2 batteries are starting to charge. Over here, you can see this is the Dakota Lithium battery I just plugged in. This is the other lifetime. They're set on lithium. You have a choice of 12-volt lead acid, AGM, or lithium. And then this is a repair. Now, it will take a couple of seconds for it to run through its cycle, and then it should show these being full and also this one being full. All these batteries have been recently charged. And I am going to fast. Okay, so it just popped up. So everything's working fine. They both read the same. Over there, same thing. They both read the same. Now in a few seconds, all these lights will go away and just the green lights will stay on. There you go. And so this NOCO is working perfect. There is nothing wrong here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to unplug it and we're going to hook it to the Ionic battery. Whenever you're tightening these, they just need to be snug. I would snug them up a little bit more if final installation, but never over tighten them. You can snap these studs right off. So okay, here we are again, same scenario, and I'm going to plug it in right now. Okay, it's plugged in. Again, it's lithium. That's the blue icon. You can see both of them are starting to read what's going on. Same thing up there. Okay, and they're both kind of reading about the same as they go. I'm going to maybe fast forward through this. We'll see, because, all right, so right here, boom, we got the fault. Now it's going to reset itself and try again. This one is continuing to analyze the battery, and any second that green light will come on and say, hey, there it is. Hey, I am fully charged. This one again is now going through the process, trying to talk to the BMS and get what's in the battery so it knows how much to charge and whatever else. So we'll let it go one more time. So it came up to the yellow, and then boom, we got a fault again. All right, let's hit the 12 volt repair. Okay, and that's the 12 volt repair, instant fault right there. There's the lead acid, AGM, back to lithium. Let it go through its cycle. A yellow and fault. Okay, so I'm going to unplug this because this is clearly not, the battery is clearly not wanting to take a charge. Okay, now the battery did take the charge because my battery is full. But somewhere in the charging process, that BMS went bad. I don't know how it can go bad. This is a standard charging process for all of my lithiums, and I've never had an issue with the lifetimes. The lifetimes have been out, I think I've had those 2.5 years now, I guess, and I've had this battery for almost 4. But this battery, this is the Ionic, this will be the second time this has happened. So let's unplug this and put the other Dakota Lithium in. And I'm not saying this is a bad battery. I'm not saying Ionic is a bad company. This is a really good battery. It's 125 amp hours. I've never, I mean, there are people who run electronics way more than me. But if you do multiple day trips and you're not running your big engine a lot, and you run electronics all day and a live well all day, you need a big battery. Or at night, you're going to definitely need to charge. Now, yes, there's usually when you go camping or somewhere, you can charge it. But sometimes you're at a hotel and you can't get an extension cord out to where you're going. So you need batteries that'll last you 2 days. And people say, well, why do you need so big a battery? Well, for those reasons. We did the bottom battery, now we're going to do the top battery. Okay, last time, let's go back inside the cubby hole here in my center console, plug it in and see what happens. Okay, I just plugged it in, and there we go. Again, this one will be the Dakota Lithium I just plugged in. And I am going to do the Ionic one more time. And as soon as I plug it in, I'm going to turn the app on. And then I'm going to see if it charges. That would be definitive proof that it's the battery and not this charger. So again, it's going through its, I don't want to sound like a repeating parrot here, but it's going through its process. Any second the green lights will come on because they're all working fine and are fully charged. There they go. Okay, so again, both the Lifetime and the Dakota Lithium went through the process and said, hey, we're good to go, we're good to charge and top off. Now it's, figuring out, hey, and then they go, they know it's charged, it's done. Okay, so I just hooked up the Ionic battery again. I'm plugging it in right now. There it is. And it's going through the process again. Now I'm going to wait for this to ground out before I actually hit it. It's got a couple more seconds here. Bear with me. There it goes. It just zoned out. And then now let's hit the app and see what happens. Okay, so it says right now it's charging. It's charging 1.6 amps, 1.5 amps now. So now we're at 4.9 amps. And look at that, green light went on. We're at 7.4 amps now. Now it is charging properly. This is what it should look like that I have the app on. Let's see what happens when I turn the app off, okay? So right now it is 10.2 amps is what it's charging at. And it's fluctuating between 7.4 and 10.2. Because the battery is pretty charged. It's at 98%. So it's probably on their little top off thing, but right there shows charging. It's at 99 point, the battery is 99 watts. It's at 13.4 volts and 7.4 amps. It did go up to 10 something. Now let's get out of this app and see what happens to these lights. Okay, the app is off. Wow, it's still charging. I thought this might zero out. So let me take the battery. This is charging, just like the others. Now this was at 98%, not 100%. So it's going to take 10 minutes or so, 20 minutes or so to charge this. But the battery, for all sake, is charged enough. It's at 98%, and this did not arc out. Okay, so let me disconnect the Ionic, because this is just weird. Let me disconnect the Ionic. We're going to bring it back inside. Well, actually, let's just unplug it and take my test light to it out here. Okay, well, I can assure you the charger is unplugged. Here's my test light. If this battery's actually, the BMS fixed itself, this light should go on. And it did for a split second. You saw it. It went on for a split second. Now that happened to me before. But it is not going on again. It did come on for a split second, so the battery did discharge. Bring over my Dakota, and obviously it lights, and it lights, and now I cannot get it to light. Okay, but the light did come on. Riddle me this, what the heck's going on? It's got to be the BMS. Got to be the BMS. And a phone app should not be, if their phone apps are not updating and then connect to your battery and tell, hey battery, you can't run fine until I get an updated app, there's something wrong. So you do not need the app to run this battery. It has the capability to be looked at and viewed through the app, but the app does not run the battery. Okay, so that was a really weird outcome. I know when I hit the app, I get power out of the battery. So I was kind of expecting something to work out there, and it did. When you turn the app on, then the charger would work as normal. So my only conclusion out of all this is a bad BMS. So if all my running around and changing batteries and trying different scenarios and testing and whatever else helps you out with an issue you're having with an Ionic battery, I'm glad I was able to help. Again, this video is in no way trying to diss the Ionic. I like that battery. I like the size. I like the power of the battery. I have no issues with the battery until the BMS fails, and 2 times now in 8, 9, 10 months, whatever, is too much. So after all of this, the only thing I was ever asking for is, hey, let me send the battery back and fix it and then send it back to me. That's it. I'm not asking for anything more, but Ionic went above and beyond. They reached out to me because they had saw the video, and they sent me, instead of a ticket to, well, they did send me a ticket to send my old battery back, but the day after I sent it back, this brand new Ionic was already at my garage. Thank you very much for sending it out. Was never asking for it, just wanted the old one fixed. They also sent me a nice Ionic hat and some stickers, and the technician Charles sent me a nice handwritten note, which I think is way above and beyond. They are real interested in what happened to my original battery, and it seems from what I'm getting is a software issue, and it's not very common. So I just have bad luck, that's all. Ionic is well used, and I'm not saying this because I have, got a new battery and like that. I fished a couple of weeks ago, or last month, up in Alabama, and when I was sitting in the boat and just hacking around, I turned on the app just to see the battery. I knew it was charged, but I just wanted to see the status of it. Well, since it's Bluetooth, my app lit up like a Christmas tree because it picked up like, I don't know how many Ionic batteries around me. So half the tournament was running Ionic batteries in the back of their boat, whether it's for their trolling motor or starting or whatever. So Ionic is very popular, and it is a good battery. It's a good, strong battery. So anyways, and I'm not being paid by Ionic or anything like that. They're not a sponsor. This is just them doing the right thing to make a customer happy. So the first time I sent it back, it was non-issue. I explained to them what happened. They sent me the ticket. I mailed them. 4 or 5 days later, I had the battery back in the boat, done. Okay, so they do have an excellent warranty program. So I hope this helps out. And until next time, take care and tight lines.